Let's see, should I start?
When did you enter the service? What year?
Oh, this was right from the beginning to the end. The Elbe, I landed in Normandy, and I wandered up in the Elbe River in Germany. That was the end of the war. I tried to go to a little bit further, but on my own to get a souvenir for Berlin. But the Russians stopped me, and I had to turn back. So that was that. But uh, let's see. And I
Well,
don't
how
know.
old were you when
Huh?
you enlisted? How old were you?
18 years, well, 19 years old. By the time I got overseas, 19 years old.
Oh my gosh, so a pretty young guy. Had you been
Yeah,
ever?
I was in 18 when I was 18. And I was in, well, we ended up, oh my goodness. I don't know where to start again.
Well, let's see. Maybe I can help you out here.
Yeah, maybe you can ask me questions.
Yeah,
I
sure.
prefer questions.
Oh, that's fine. Well, what year did you enter the military, and what year did you leave?
That was, there I can't tell you whether it was 43, 44 anymore,
Okay.
but blocked mine. But wound up in Fort Dix and came from here.
Well, now when you went overseas, were you a private? What was your rank when you?
I was a private. I always was always a PFC because they didn't, I don't think the messengers, they didn't put higher up ranks because figuring on if the Germans captured you, it was a medal the Germans were giving out, the Iron Cross. If you capture a messenger,
Really? So obviously messengers
keep
were
him
really
alive to bring him in and get information, I guess, from it. But that was one of the reasons.
So tell me a bit about what messengers did. I mean, I'm guessing you're taking messengers from one part of the front to another, or where did you go from?
Oh yeah. You went on all calls, or any place. In other words, I was in a Ninth Army, and it was a army that consists of 5 corps. Now, corps is a big outfit. Patton only had 3, but this was the Ninth Army, and we were in between a British and the American First Army. So this was a big one. It ruled the whole works, but never was publicized much. It always was kept on a secret. Now, Patton got all the glory, but he was all the way down southward. And so let's see, where else? God asked me another one.
Yeah, well, what for you was what was one of the most memorable things? Is there a story that comes to mind when you talk to people? Or?
Oh, I was in a signal corps, and I didn't like climbing poles, driving a tank, because when I was a rookie, they gave you a privilege to pick out what you would like. Believe it or not, that was it. This company, yeah. So I didn't like climbing the poles because they used to grease the poles up, and I would slide down. Kind of rough job. I didn't like that, and I didn't like driving trucks or even a tank. They tell you to drive a tank. They ask you who can drive a car. I said I did. Well, everybody, not everybody, but in them days, very few, were actually driving cars. These 18, 19-year-old kids, and so I was step from, okay, get in that tank and show him how to drive. That's what you did. So you get in there, shake your head. Oh, what are you doing in this thing? So you fool around, you learn. You pick up things more daring. Well, with trucks, then for 1 hour or so, then you jump into something else. And I like driving a Jeep, and then sort of the jobs come up, picked out which one you would want. So who would volunteer to be a messenger? I said, I'll volunteer. never knowing what it's all about. And so I volunteered for a messenger. And that was a job that I didn't know, but a messenger ranks about second to the paratroopers of because in them days, you got to remember, in them days they didn't have telephones like they have today. The to get from one point to the next, you didn't have wire either, so you had to deliver these messages through paper, and that's what it was all about. And I used to take mostly. Then we had messengers that were quite a few of them in, but they were different, ranked again different. They used to seem to me, I used to get always the rougher ones, schedules. And now, let me tell you, this is a good one. I got to get this off my mind. I drove a Jeep. Now a Jeep, what is a Jeep like? I mean, of today, you look at it, boy, this is pretty neat. But to me, to us, it was terrible. A Jeep was not called a Jeep, it was called a Peep. Just, that's what your old original ones, Peep. And it had a windshield wiper, but it was by hand. Now, can you imagine driving in a blackout, no lights, and pouring down rain or snow or thundering, doing this? No way. It was a hell of a thing, in plain words. They were easy to upset. You'd go around a bend over 35 miles an hour and you're almost upsetting the thing, which it happened to me, so I know.
Were there any particularly scary times?
Oh yeah, I had it. I had a angle iron, angle iron in front of my Jeep. I had that done from the motor pool, welded on the front. So then you would find places that you hit something, I don't know, cable or wire or whatever, it snapped, and it already occurred to me and busted the windshield because it snapped and zoom, shook the Jeep. You'd think you'd fallen out of it or whatever. And then I had a shelf put in. Oh, by the way, this Jeep, you sat on a gas tank. That's the truth. When you're filled up with the gas tank, you take the thing and pick this up and pick the seat up part way and pour gas in the tank. It took, I guess, about 5 gallons. Well, maybe 10 gallons at the most. And so that was the problems with these Jeeps. They weren't really glorified like they say they were, think they were, or whatever, of today's times. And so that's, when you drove at night, it was blackout, and you hoped you were in the right direction. You're only going about maybe 25 mile or 15 mile an hour. You can't go faster than that. And you got lots of places to go. I was on a job to find a certain outfit. I don't remember who it was. That goes in one ear, not the other. And I'm looking for this outfit, and I'm driving through Bastogne. And there's a guy standing on I don't know if he was an MP or whatever, but he was directing traffic. And the convoys were going, one was Cummings and some were going, and there was 5 escape routes, roads going from it. They go in different ways. And I thought, boy, I wonder what this guy should know. He's standing on a bot and waving the people through, convoys and whatnot. And there lots of traffic going through there, trucks, everybody in a hurry. And so I thought, I'm going to stop and ask this guy if he's seen this outfit, which way. And I stopped and I said, hey, which way did this outfit go through? Oh, it went that way. They're going up front. it's so-called front, but it's all around the front. And he said, it's going down in this way. So I said, okay, thank you. And I pulled away. Just as I pulled away, I was 1 block away, less than a city block away, and bloom, an explosion where the guy was standing. Well, whatever it was, well, it was a shell of some type, you know. And I just shook my head, whoa, boy, chalk went up. And I kept on going. And I did find the outfit for it, so that was it. And with this Jeep, I was already hit, and the way it came through, just missed my leg and come through in front of the gas tank into the front, almost the front wheel, and through the windshield, and busted the wheel. And what it was, a sniper or whatever. Yeah, well, we had a lot of them.
Yeah, I would figure people are trying to stop messengers all the time.
Oh, my.
So you'd be a moving target, I would think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were marked, and I was entitled to go any place I wanted to, because I had a blue and a white. Let's see, a blue and a white sign, and the only ones that were on is the messenger had it, maybe the generals had it on their jeeps or whatever. But it was rare, so I could pull in. Nobody was supposed to stop me. If an MP would try to stop you or whatever, he sees that sign, just waves you on, you know. I got lots of stories, but you know, I'm not kind of prepared for
I
it.
understand, that's okay.
Yeah. This one here, I had a message going. This is going to the Rhine River now. This is much more into the war, you know. And I was crossing, got to the Rhine, and what it was, all the bridges were out. So how do I get across? When you take a message as a no-no between delivering it and bringing it back, as a no-no, you don't bring it back. You got to figure out your way to take it. So I thought, I can't go by boat because it's too much flak flying around. Engineers were trying to put up a floating boat, bridge, and so I thought, oh my God, I know a little airplane, you know, place. Well, what would you call it?
Hangar or airfield?
No, a little, in a field, you know, they land.
A landing strip.
Yeah, something like that. And it was these, like, little Piper Cubs, 2-seaters. They called them, I think, L5 or something like that. I forget what it is anymore. But, so I went back in. I flew before, pigeons or something like that I took back, and different things I did with a little thing. So I said to the bunch of guys there, I said, hey, who's going to take me across the Rhine? I'll take you. He's about 18, 19 years old himself. And, so I crawled in his airplane, and it takes off. They used to fly in about 10 feet, I believe they could take off. So he takes off in his plane. I'm sitting in the front and he's sitting in the back. And I have my map out trying to figure out, there's a paratroop outfit on the other side of the Rhine, and I want to get to them. So as we're going, he's hollering at, he said, did you take a parachute, or do you have a parachute? I said, no, I ain't got none. Now let me tell you what these things are. There's solid iron seat that you sit on, and a little roomy for a place that you ever sit on a parachute. But I didn't have none. I said, no, I ain't got none. He said, well, look out the window, buddy. And here I see the flak, and see, those airplanes were made out of, I don't know, canvas or something like, yeah. And he said, well, I said, yeah. I said, if you take it down low, bring it down low, fly over the trees and that. And I said, Don't fly too high. So we got across. He landed it. I said, right there's a spot. There's a spot down there. That's where I want to go. It's for me to run to the message center there of the paratroop outfit and back. It was good enough for me. So he brings it down there. So I delivered my message, and I come back, running back, and I sees, what the hell is he doing? He's patching up the airplane. Guess what he's using? Duct tape. I didn't know it, but duct tape was invented for that, one of them reasons. That was a surprise to me. And he's patched it up, and we brought it back. I thanked him, and I took off. That was an interesting one, you know. But constantly, my experience with this being a messenger is always under fear or whatever. And
I mean, do you consider yourself lucky that you made it through without getting
oh my
shot
goodness, yeah, yeah. Some of them call me, how does it, cat with 9 lives. I had some wonderful experiences also. You seen the one with the picture of me drinking a schnapps?
Oh, really?
Oh, didn't you see that?
No.
Yeah, my goodness. Oh, yeah, yeah.
You might just hold it up. I'm going to zoom in and get a shot of that. Hold it.
Pontivy, France.
Oh, right, yeah. So tell me what's happening in that shot. Tell me about that photo.
No, that we were just relieved. We were lucky to get relieved. For matter of fact, I don't even know the fellow that's standing beside of me. Sitting with me, and we've found somehow this place and having a schnapps.
That's a little okay. And that's you on the right or the left? You.
I'm on right.
On the right.
I'm on
okay.
this side, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And here's one of me on a Siegfried line.
What was the Siegfried line?
You don't know what that is?
No,
Oh my God! This goes for about 300 mile, or maybe, yeah, I think about 300 mile.
Well, and what was its purpose?
This was a purpose of keeping tanks or whatever. That was Hitler's border sign between, I guess, between Holland and whatever, and Germany. This was taken near Aachen, Germany, a few miles, maybe a few miles away. I just forget anymore. From Aachen, Germany.
Looks like it was a little cold out there.
Huh?
Looks like a little bit of snow.
Oh yeah.
around.
Oh, that was something. Oh my goodness. This is all concrete, and those filled with mines and stuff like that. But this was on the way to Aachen.
Sounds like you've got quite a lot of stories.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, can you imagine yourself, being a messenger? You know all the places, all kind of places. So it's interesting, and everybody wants to take them out somewhere. I used to take them to hotels sometime, to the boys that couldn't get out,
So it was like a taxi service.
Huh?
A taxi service.
Yeah.